So good morning. Sorry it's been a while, haven't been out for a bit. The weather's been absolutely shocking in the UK. Quite a nice morning this morning, although it's really windy. Obviously I'm hoping you can't really hear it or feel it. Definitely not feel it anyway, but the winds are about 21 miles an hour. So yeah, luckily it doesn't matter so much on an e-bike. So I am just approaching, I've just come outside my hometown, and we are approaching Zigzag Hill. Last time I came up here I did it with no assistance whatsoever, which was really hard, but I was really impressed. That's the first time I've tried it in the last 3 years with no assistance. Probably not going to do that today. Okay, so we're at the beginning of Zigzag Hill. I've just turned the assistance on so that I can talk. Yeah, quite an iconic hill, this one. And it's just in my back garden basically. Very lucky. Don't feel lucky at the minute. So yeah, Zigzag, it's how high up we are so far. Probably about a third of the way up. Also the settings, I've got the gain in, I've got it in eco mode. So although I'm in level 2, not too sure the percentages, but I think it's sort of 60% maybe, something like that. So I try to do that in the summer in the hope of getting a bit fitter, or the spring anyway. So in the UK, British summertime laughingly starts tomorrow, so our clocks go back, mornings get lighter. So we are near the top now, well, near the top of the switchbacks. Zigzag consists of several switchbacks, so the hill itself is kind of done, but as you can see, the hill, the incline, doesn't stop at all. It's not, I believe it's about 6%, something like that. It's not a particularly tricky hill. So yeah, beautiful views across the Blackwall Vale this morning. It's been a long time since we've had a lovely morning like this. Even though it's windy, but luckily I'm riding with the wind at the minute. Into the sun though, unfortunately. I apologise for that. Here we go, final corner to the top. Yeah, done this hill probably thousands of times, definitely hundreds. There we go. Certainly a lot easier with an e-bike. No PBs this morning. Just about turn off into the wind. Wow. About turning right towards Minster. It's a very, wow, it's not a busy road at the moment, but later on, that's why I've come out early, because it does get, it's the road, basically the local road that goes down towards Blandford and Poole, which is towards the coast. So yeah, when it is half decent, this, believe it or not, this is about the nicest day we've had for a number of weeks. Saying that, the clouds are coming in by the looks of it. There's also, to my left, it looks like there's the gathering of a hunt. Controversial, I know, but anyway, they're there. I don't know if you can see them. If I find a gate, I'll see if I can. Hoping that I've got nowhere checking it sadly, but I'm hoping you can see my cockpit area. Somebody's just shot a gun. So the way I've got my bike set up, like I say, I've had it for 2 years. Love it. It's very expensive. This is the M20i. So I've got the Di2 Ultegra. Someone's shooting pheasants. So yeah, if you can see my hands, hopefully. I've got the Di2 shifters, obviously. And prime handlebars. So these handlebars are aero handlebars. I'm not a big fan of just normal round ones. So as soon as I got the bike, I changed those over. These aren't particularly expensive. They're not carbon or anything. I think they're about £50. They're the Doyen Aero. I just got them straight from Wiggle, obviously being prime. So they are in the UK. They're Wiggle is a fairly popular, famous bike shop brand, whatever. Yeah, so I just got those from there, but I really like them. They suit me. And obviously I've got a Garmin 830. This is it here. I have it connected to, so I've got the is it called the WU02, whatever it is, 0015 ones or whatever it is, I'm not sure, but it's an addition that you have to buy in order to get your Di2 to connect to your Garmin. So it's like a wireless device, and you just plug it in line with your cable, and I love it. It's definitely not something, it's just a lovely thing to have, not necessarily in the slightest. But with Di2, with the Ultegra, you get these magic buttons, as they call them, which are just in the top here, and you can with these buttons you can have it connected whichever way you want. You can have it for changing gear, you can select within reason, you can make the buttons do whatever you want them to do. So for me, I like to have it so that I can change the pages on my Garmin. So if you look at my left hand here, hopefully you can see it, I'll just press the button now. He says nothing happens. There we go. So you can change the pages, you have to press it quite hard. So on my right hand here, so I have this one for going left, this one for going right. So when you press the top, it will just scroll through to your next page. Most of this is because I've got gloves on, it's a bit tricky to feel the button and it's fairly cold. So there's your map. Then you've got, obviously with the assistance mode with the Garmin 830, you can increase and decrease by just pressing the screen, which is quite useful in the summer when you've got ordinary gloves on. Not so good in the winter. I'll give it a go. No, it won't feel it. So yeah, I'm not really a Garmin expert, so that's just the basics, but I find it's very cool, and especially if you're on a ride where you need to be looking at the map and you want directions and stuff, to be able to flick through the pages that much. I mean, I'm obviously, with my situation, I'm obsessed with my heart rate, so I just leave it on that page most of the time, so I can see really easily what's going on. But yeah, cockpit wise, it's very comfortable, this bike. I've not had any issues up this bit at all. Obviously I had to replace all the cables and everything when I changed the handlebars because they were slightly wider than the original ones, but since I've changed them, no problems. The only problem I do have, nearly forgot, this. Oh my god. For the amount of money I paid, I can't believe it's so bad. You can see there now, I've done my best because it just rattles all the time, but I've got it solid there now. But unfortunately I had to put some like glue down there, which I don't really, you can see it doesn't look nice. I've tried colouring it in and spraying and all that, and it just comes off, so I'll leave it like that. But I mean, yeah, not ideal for a bike that was £5,500. Yeah, not my favourite bit, but of the whole bike, I think that's about the only thing I can really complain about. Hideous, that's all I'm saying. Lopsided at the minute, but, there we go, that's better. So yeah, just with I'm just trying to do a bit of a different angle, and hopefully it looks alright. Really happy with my bike. I don't really know what else to say. It's a world away from my original D50, which was also, I wish I could have kept both. If I could have kept both, perfect. But I can't, so we will see. In the future, maybe, hopefully. I hope my wife doesn't watch it. Yeah, but so my perfect thing would be to have a D50 for the winter and then keep this one for the summer. But I ride this all year round, and I love it. You know, scratch on the forks, which I did, which I'm furious about. But you know, if you do it yourself, you can't complain. Yeah, right. Let's have a look. Morning. Okay, so for this video, the audio was so bad I had to stop it. So I'm just going to go over what I was going to say. That basically, the bike over the last 2 years, there's a horrible light situation, terrible wiring, etc. I haven't had any more trouble apart from that. No problems with the motor. Like I said, I've got a slight scratch on the front, which I did myself. But in general, the bike has held up really well. I've done there's the scratch, nearly 2,000 miles on it in 2 years. So not as many as some people do, but still reasonable mileage. And it's all held up really well. So the other thing I didn't mention is battery life. So obviously I run a range extender as well as the conventional internal battery. But I have noticed that my original, when I first had the bike, the internal battery, when fully charged, it used to show 42 miles. It's not really scientific, this one. All a bit wet around here. Now, when I charge it up, it totals up at 37 miles. So I don't really notice a lot of difference in the range. So I'm not sure how accurate those figures are really. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting to know 2 years in, there's a 5 mile drop in the distance you can travel with the battery after 2,000 miles of riding. This whole area used to be thatched until there was it all used to be like that until there was a huge fire years and years ago, which destroyed all the roofs of most of the cottages. Morning. I'm not going to ride up it today. Have ridden up it many times. I'll take you there one day. When it's not raining, it's a bit too steep and slippery. So Gold Hill is where they filmed the Hovis advert in the, I think it was in the 70s. Yeah, I'll ride up it one day. We're actually doing the Gold Hill ride later this year, in a couple of months, where that is the finish. So you have to cycle up there. On an e-bike, obviously, it's not such a problem. But yeah, you got to sort of commit yourself. It's all cobbles. So yeah, you just got to grit your teeth and keep pedalling. And then we've got the final hill of the day, Hawkstein Lane, short but sharp. Still got it in rocket mode, red mode, whatever you want to call it. No more gears left. It's only a little one, but it's steep. Managed to just about avoid the rain, and that is the top. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.